Don, the Auction Professor. Today I thought I would talk about a subject that was brought up during the live show yesterday. One of the questions was that I had 5,000 postcards up, and I had a terrible sell-through rate. This is the basic gist of it, which it probably would be a terrible sell-through rate for the most part. If you have 5,000 items up and you're only selling, say, 10 a day on average, that may not be a great sell-through rate for you. But for us, we don't worry about a sell-through rate. What we look at is the bottom line, the end result, the return on our investment. It doesn't matter if I have 5,000 or 10,000 of something up right now for us. That's not part of my picture. I don't worry about those issues. We try to have all these items up. We make money because we sell the items that we do sell for high dollar at a large profit. You know, our average sale right now is $750 a day on eBay. That's average. There's days we do $1,700, you know, $1,000, whatever the case may be. So we sell on average about $750 a day, just on eBay, not counting any of the other sites we do or any of the other options we do. Our fees altogether are around like $1,400 in listing fees. That's what we pay a month. In a day or two, we've already paid for all of our fees at $750 an average daily sales rate. So I don't care if we have 20,000 items sitting up. It only costs 4 to 5 cents to list any one item. We already have 20,000 freebies included with our store. So we're already up at the 20,000 mark that you have to kind of pay for. And so for us, it doesn't really matter. And the analogy that I used for the show was, you know, if I'm selling 10 postcards, but each one goes for $100, I'm making $1,000 if that's my weekly sales. If I sell 10 cards in a week, $100 a card, $1,000 that week. If I do that every week, that's $4,000 a month, or $48,000 a year just in those 10 postcards. I could have thousands of them up. That doesn't matter. If you have a ton of stuff and they're not moving or you're not making huge profits, that's not going to work for you. It works for us because the paper stuff is so cheap to buy. And, you know, if I buy something for $1, almost always we're getting 10 bucks back out of it on average. So, you know, it's not an issue having all these items up. It works to our benefit. We run it just like you would an antique mall. The antique mall has thousands of items inside the antique mall, and they don't really worry if, you know, one item sells here or doesn't sell, and they're not really looking at that. What they're looking at is, did they make enough to recoup the cost for the day and make a profit? And that's what we do. End result is, at the end of the year, did I increase my profits over the prior year, and am I still making a considerable amount of profit? And the answer to those questions is yes. So, you know, I'm just going to keep putting stuff up. If I had 100,000 items up, you know, and I'm only selling, you know, 20 items again, but if those 20 items, you know, every week I sell are $1,000 items, it doesn't really matter. So we look for the items that are quick to list, that have a good ROI on them, and, you know, that can, you know, get bulk sales out of it too. So, but for the items in our philosophy on this, it doesn't matter how many items we have up. That's not part of the issue. It doesn't matter if I'm paying $1,400 a month in eBay fees. You know, the $700 for the 2 anchor stores, $350 a piece or thereabouts, and then, you know, the 5 cents for the other 17,000 listings or whatever the case may be we have up right now. Maybe 18,000, I think, actually, right now, or 19 even. But so it's not an issue for us. It's how much we get back. In 2 days, I always pay all my bills, all my eBay fees. So I've got, you know, if it's a 30-day month, I've got 28 more days to start turning the profit on. Wherever you work, you cover your overhead first, and after that, it's all gravy. So in a restaurant or in a retail establishment, they're not worried about only selling 10 items. They don't care how many items they actually sell. What they care about is how much money they made for that day, and not even for the items itself. If you're selling 10 items a day and they're only selling for 5 or 10 bucks, you know, it's just not going to cut it. You know, we've got 10 postcards that sell a day, maybe 20 records possibly that sell in a day. This is all eBay too. I'm not counting Amazon Discogs or anything else. And, you know, so it all adds up. That's why we have so many items up. You don't have to sell many items to make a lot of money when you've got that many items up. You just have to have the right items. And again, it all works back to research. A sell-through rate isn't important to everybody. It's just how your model for your business is set up. And the sell-through rate doesn't matter to us. It's not an issue. We are still making the big bucks. It doesn't matter. It doesn't affect my issue. We just sell better items, or try to, and we sell a bunch of them. 10 postcards a day, that's 70 postcards a week we send out. even if they were, $10 postcards, that's $700 in postcards a week. That would be $2,800 a month. That's just on $10 postcards. I don't sell many postcards under $7.99. Most postcards sell for well over $10. So, take that into account. So if I'm selling 10 postcards a day times 10, I'm at least making $100, as I said. But that's not the case. The amount we make is much higher than that on the postcards. And as I said, it's $750 a day is our average, and that includes pretty much everything that we sell on eBay, on that account. So, and that's not taking into account my other accounts either. But the $750, that's what we sell a day, and that's just where I base my numbers on. I'm not worried about the amount of items I'm selling. When I'm doing a projection, it never comes into mind how many items I sell or what my sell-through rate is. That doesn't matter to me at all. If you're selling clothing and you're only selling 5 or 10 items a day, and you're giving away free shipping, which I'd never give away free shipping. Shipping's always charged. If you're doing that, and you're still paying fees, and you're selling jeans and stuff, and you're selling just the average stuff, you may sell something for $20. You have $6 in shipping and $4 more in the cost of the item, and then you got a couple more bucks in the amount, the fees for eBay. So you're only getting $8. So yeah, if you're only doing, just basic stuff, and you're only getting, return $8-10 in profit off of each item, selling 10 items a day is not good. You need to have a high sell-through rate to keep that going. But again, this model for the antiques and the paper items and the collectibles, it doesn't need to be that way. That is not how it works. Take the example of an antique mall or antique store. They don't care what, how many items they sell. Yeah, it's better to sell more items, obviously, but if you're selling a bunch of items and they're still bringing in the same amount of money, you just had less work, less stuff to pack up, less aggravation, and you're still making the money. So it doesn't really matter. It just means more sales for the future. And again, that's why I say residual income in my videos, because residual income is what I'm looking for. I'm not looking to turn it instantly. Some items, as I said, I've had for a year or two, and that's just the way it is. Antique stores, antique malls have the same issue. You just have to have the right person walk into your store or look on your store on eBay to get a sale out of it. That's the gist of how it works. And again, it all works based on the research that I do, so I know which items sell and which ones don't, and which ones I should keep holding on to, for a length of time. They're items that will sell. It just takes the right person, in the right price for the most part. The sell-through rate doesn't matter, as I said. So don't always worry about the sell-through rate. Again, I have a different model than you do. I have a different model than most people seem to have too. I don't worry about the sell-through rate. I could sell one item today and make $1,200 depending on what you have to sell. So again, it doesn't matter. I could sell only 7 items a week and still make more than most people depending on the items I sell again. And if you're selling high dollar stuff, you're going to get a high return on it. So, it's working smarter, not harder. I have this stuff up there as a store. So that's why I do sell constantly, every single day of the week, a certain set amount, because it's all there available. And again, as I said, it's how much you sell a day, not how many items you sell. But just keep that in mind. That's the important issue. How much money, how much profit are you making a day? On some days we're doing almost 80% profit after all fees, after my labor, after taxes. That's the amount that we make. So it just depends on what you're selling and how your business plan works. So just keep that in mind. Hopefully that gives you some ideas. Don't stress out about the smalls. Don't stress out about your sell-through rate if you're doing tons of money in any way. It doesn't matter. If you're selling $300-400 a day for most people, that's pretty good. It doesn't matter how many items you sell. One item a day could get you $300 every day of the week. So just keep that in mind. Again, Don the Auction Professor, if you liked the video, please hit the like button below, subscribe, and tell a friend.